My interview with Noy was split into two videos. This video includes general questions and information about Noy's life and thoughts after his experience with Asin. In another video, we discuss the entire history of Asin in order to help me construct a documentary about the band. Links to the documentary and the rest of the interview can be found in the description below. Thank you for watching and enjoy. Hello everybody, my name is Sean and I'm here with Mike Nonoy Pillora Jr. from the incredible and legendary band Asin. And today I'm going to ask him some healthy questions and we'll see how it goes.
Healthy.
Okay, so first I have some from somebody here in the Philippines, and they said, many of your songs were created during the Marcos regime, which reflected what Filipino experienced during that time. Given that this year another Marcos is set to lead, which of your songs should be revived again for a new healthy message to the people?
In my opinion, it's not actually the point of reviving it, but it's reviving itself. Because in a way, the situation never changed in the Philippines. So these songs that they were saying that they were relevant at that time when we organized Asin, then it's still relevant until now.
Right.
That's the point. Yeah. So it's like coming out again these songs from how the situation is. And for me, what I'm doing with these songs is that I am changing some of the lyrics. Like I am upgrading the songs.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, because if you have to sing it at that time, then it's really on that particular period that it's saying about the time. But now, there are already changes.
Interesting.
So, I put changes also. Like at the time, when the song is just talking about the problems, then now I put solutions. Like this, How I look at it, not really.
So when you performed last night, did you sing some of the songs with different lyrics?
Yeah. Like this very popular song that we have about the environment, no? So, 2 paragraphs there I change.
Really?
But you cannot, maybe you cannot really understand it. But
I didn't understand, but the people did.
People, yeah, they are shocked because they know these songs. By heart, they know these songs because this is being taught in schools. Like this. This is how deep we went inside the culture. That already children are being taught the songs, in the school.
Which is wonderful. How does that make you feel? People teaching your songs in school.
Oh, I feel great because this is really what it's meant to be, like this. Because they say that the sin is political, but in my opinion, no, sin was never political. It was more on the moral side.
Just hopeful and doing better for the future.
Yes.
It's the impression that I get.
Yes.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Let's see here. So among your songs, which is your favorite and why?
Oh wow, I have many favorites in these songs. Because almost the songs that we have are almost touching really, sometimes it touches the heart, sometimes it touches the mind, sometimes it's very sensual, these songs. That's why people can really relate themselves to this. Because in one way or the other, it will reach you like this.
I was thinking of doing Tuldok.
Tuldok,
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
And in that song, you're saying we're all just specks. We're nothing,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
This is the first song that I ever wrote.
Tuldok.
Tuldok.
Interesting. Very
Yeah.
cool. What year did you write that song?
In 78. The first time that we really make an album. The beginning was that when we were invited to make a recording like this. So at this time, the people were, in the music industry, we were just the style of the music industry at this time was just to copy songs from the outside. The ones that are already very popular there outside, they will get it. Then they will translate it into Filipino, but the same music. And then let somebody interpret it. So it's like this. before we went in as a scene. Then we were taken to make this kind of recording, to do this, to interpret songs. This is what they meant when they took us. Yeah. So, but the thing is that Saro, one of my colleagues, he was already writing songs because they were together with Lolita and Saro. Yeah. So I didn't know that they were already cooking songs there by themselves, because they are always together. So when we were invited, then Saro said that, oh, I have songs, maybe you can listen to it. They told the recording company. Then the company said, okay, we will listen to it. So they listened to the first song. This was the song about the environment, and they really like it, because the recording companies, they look at it in the marketing side, if the music is can be sold, or all this kind of stuff, and then they like it. It was really good, so they said, okay, we will do this. So we will put out before it was 45, like there is no long playing, there is. So the first thing they do is they make a 45 RPM and put it out. And then this time there was no internet, no nothing. So only jukeboxes. Yeah? But these jukeboxes, all over the Philippines, there are jukeboxes. So they will make many, and then they will distribute it in jukeboxes.
I see. And so your Save the Environment song.
Yes, this is the first song that came.
And how long did that come out before the album came out, the LP?
A few months only, because it really became a hit. Suddenly it was a hit, and then wow, then the people were already, what is this? Who are these? Who are these? Who are these artists doing this? Then so it became like a word of mouth. And okay, let's go back to this Tuldok. The flip side of this environment song is a song that is saying that it's a pity that like the song itself is saying it's a pity, like this. Okay, so in one of the paragraph of the songs, it says that it's a pity if you're a musician and you haven't written any songs.
Right.
And it's a pity if you are just copying songs all the time and not doing your own. So me, I did not do any song this time.
So that's me. I got to start writing.
Yeah, so I said, wow, Saro is insulting me. I took it really very personal. It was an insult. I said, wow, what is this? So I pushed myself hard, at this time to really make song. So I in a process. Because at this time we are also always taking
I get you.
so the mind is really going very far, and then one time I was looking at the encyclopedia, then you see the picture of the solar system, so then you're very high. Where is me there?
Tiny speck.
Yeah. So I cannot really inform myself. So I said, okay. Then that's where the song started. But in the end, like in the last paragraph, I answered Saro, that you don't have to be so arrogant because you know so many things like this. Because if in the totality, if we are to look at things, then you're just a dust or a point, a dot like me. This is the last paragraph of the song.
So it was kind of a response to Saro.
Yeah, I was really feel the relief, wow, good. I was able to answer Saro.
Interesting. So do you think those early songs inspired more musicians to start writing music?
Oh yeah, this from that time on, original compositions are coming out, you know. You know, all these musicians all around is Asin children.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what about Freddie Aguilar? He started a little bit before you guys?
I think we started the same time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like we were in the group because we are a group, and he's in the solo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because only we met there in the same recording company actually, and we put out songs at the same time, like this. Now he was able to put to break through because he was able to, like, he went inside a competition, a national competition for songwriting, and you know, and then his song Anak, it won second place. But then it became really very big hit. This song, I think it was translated in 13 languages like this.
And Lolita did a Japanese version.
Also, we did a Japanese version, and we also did a Filipino version. It was included in our first album.
Right. So that's the only song on the first album that you guys did not
Did
write?
not me.
Yeah.
We were against it because we don't like, you know.
Oh, really? The record
Yeah.
company wanted you
Yeah,
to do it?
yeah, because
I
we are
see.
in the same
Yeah,
recording
I
company.
see.
So they said,
Makes
no,
sense.
this will be a pusher, you know. Because it's already, what can you do now?
That's all right. But Freddie was okay with it? Or
He
how did
cannot
Freddie
do
feel?
anything because
Yeah.
he's under contract. No?
Right, I see.
That's what the company say. The company do.
Yeah.
You just have to say yes, like this.
Yeah, it's too bad.
And it was okay.
What tribal music or what indigenous Filipino music is close to your heart? Is there like some old traditional songs that really inspired you or anything like that?
Inspired? No, I don't think so because like Asin, we are talking about Asin as a group now. So Asin really went inside these original music compositions, and then it was only in the last, like in the later part, that I was thinking that if already we are already writing really original songs, so why don't the lyrics? Why don't, because also the music is still from the influence that we had from before. We were folk singers from before, singing Simon Garfunkel, Peter, Paul and Mary, you know, all this kind of stuff. And then we said, so let's make it more authentic. Like we will research from the tribal communities and get the music from there. So, and fuse it together with the lyrics. So it will be really real Filipino music like this, no? So I gave the idea to the group, and then said, okay, let's do it. So our manager also, we were given like allowances to go to the tribes. So me, I was going to the south. I go up the mountains. I go to the tribes. I was researching music like this.
And you would buy an instrument sometimes?
Yeah, I was buying. I have even the instruments until now.
Cool. So that was your idea to
Yeah, to
mix
do
in the
this, but
traditional-
then they don't ride on this, my group, because what do we need this? We are
make it
already
unique.
popular.
Yeah,
we
make
are
it
already, we are already in the comfort zone. So like this, This is how I see how they really react. They don't say it in mouth, So I said, okay. But me, I go on. I go.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful to try to keep old styles alive and keep your culture alive that way, instead of everybody wanting to copy the Beatles all the time.
Yes.
Larry said something last night. Your friend Larry at the concert.
Yeah.
For the people watching, assuming we include this part. He said something about you finding a song on Saro's computer.
Yeah. There was a song last night that we did. That actually it was not recorded. Then when Saro died, some people tried to dig into his computer and found one song.
A recording of him playing guitar in it?
Yeah, like this.
Beautiful.
Yeah, because this is how Saro works.
Uh-huh.
You know, before he will just do something and then put it aside, and then it so happened that they were able to discover this, and so now it is recorded.
What was it recorded on? The 2001 Asin album, or?
No, it's you know, there was an album that only Lolita and Pendong
Yeah,
came
that's
out.
what I'm
Yeah,
talking
that's
about.
where it is.
Yeah. Or 2001, 2002?
Yeah, something
like
like
that.
this.
Yeah. And did they do more than one song by him on that album?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just
I
the
think
one.
just-
And what
just
song is
one
that?
song.
What's it called?
This sa Malayong Silangan, like in the Far East.
And so what about your current band, the three people you're playing with today? How did you meet them, and have you known them for a long time?
No, not so, because as in 2015, I told you that I was able to make a concert in Israel before I went out. That because of this, that I told you that I was invited by a woman to teach the children in Israel, the Filipino children in Israel, some songs or Filipino culture like this, something like this, in the context. So and at the time I was already planning to go out of Israel because I was already graduating in school. It's my last year in school. So I declined. I said no, I cannot do it anymore because it was something like October at the time, and then January I was planning to go out. So if I could start on this, then what will I do? I will leave the children like this. It will just go away. You know? So I told them that no, it's not practical to do it. But if you want, I can give something for the community before I go. So we started playing with the idea that maybe we will make a show for the Filipino community before I go. So that's the time that I also tried to recruit people from the overseas Filipino workers there, and we made a show, like a concert.
So they live there and they come here? They came to live here, or no?
Who?
The band you're playing with right now?
No, they are just from here.
Yeah, they're from here.
Yeah, and so this time, okay, this is what happened. I finished this, and then this gave me an idea. But now I said, wow, so I can do it like this. So I will go to the States. From then on, I'm going to the States every year.
Oh, really?
Oh, 2016, 2017, 18, 19, like this, I'm going.
What do you do there?
I organize people, because Asin at the time was already very popular. So the people that I am meeting in the U.S. are all like fans of Asin. So when I go to the States, for example, I will gather the Filipinos in one community, for example, Orlando. Then the Filipinos who are mostly they're involved in church like this, that they sing in the church, the chorals like this. So I meet them, and then I ask them if they're interested to organize a concert for the Filipinos, but we are only going to sing songs, not more than this. Then many like because they know the songs. So for example, I will ask you, okay, you like Asin, so which song in Asin do you like most? So you will say, I like Himig Ng Pag-Ibig, like this song. I will tell you, okay, you will be the one to sing this song. Okay, I will play for you, and then I will sing with you the second voice, but you will be the main voice. Like this. Yeah. So I put it on every people. The other one who likes Cotabato, the other one likes like this. Okay. Then I will make like I'm making a workshop. But the workshop is like individual because the work is the work of the people. It does not go together, no. Like one is working in the morning 8 to 12, and one is working in the 12 to So I have to go to them one by one and play with them and train them,
Really? That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's a lot of fun for you, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I do it in 1 month, like this time.
And then one concert at the end of the month?
Yeah, at the end of the month, the culmination is concert.
And then you
Everybody will meet like this. Everybody will meet in the stage, and then we will do, Then everybody was really happy because it's like giving, like it's empowerment, Like they like to sing. Filipinos, they like to sing, and so it's like giving them a stage, a big one. That they're going to perform by themselves, they're very happy there.
Do you do a different city every time you go?
Yeah, I was able to put up a group in Orlando, in New Jersey, in New York, in San Bernardino, in LA, Orange County. I was supposed to go also in 2020. I was also supposed to go to Stockton, North California. But this COVID packed no more.
Yeah, things are complicated right now.
But it was really fun, and everybody was really having fun. It was really a lot of fun. Until now, they're like, when will you come? When will you come?
But so, how did you meet Marlon and?
And okay, so I was doing it also here.
Okay.
This kind of activity, I'm going to this is already the life that I am putting. I go to Sagay, the north of the Negros. I go to Sagay. I organize children because here there is something like SPA. They call it SPA, Special Program for the Arts. So it's in the high school, secondary school. So in this special program for the arts, there is dance, music, poetry, literature, all this, it's there. Like there is a time in the day that they are there, So when I went to one place in the north, I went to a school, and this kind of thing. If you go to the local government, then they really like it. I present the idea. I like to make like this. So wow, we like it. So they help you. So anywhere you want to go, they go. Like this, you have the license to do it. So it was very good. So then I was able to do it. At this time, my target was because in the art there is like 7 disciplines of the arts.
Okay.
Like music, dance, architecture, visual, all this, So I like to fuse these 7 discipline into one show. Like this, so I go to the dancers, I go to the singers, I go to the literature, the poetry, then I'm writing everything. I like what they are going to say in the poetry, like this. Then I will also teach them how to say it, like this. I do like it very much. Children.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
We both ramble a bit before finally getting around to talking about the members of his new band, Padayon, starting with the girl that plays guitar and sings. What is her name?
Ronabel.
And the other girl, what's her name?
Krishna.
And she knows how to play all the indigenous instruments.
No, I'm teaching them. I'm teaching her.
Yeah.
You have to do something like this. Also, we need something like this.
But Marlon, maybe you known him a little longer?
Marlon is a veteran musician here.
Yeah.
Everybody knows him. So we came together. I was also I was organizing this. What I'm doing here, I'm organizing also here. So I was able to organize in that place, Mansilingan, where we were yesterday. That's where Ronabel is. So I was organizing also a group there, children, to perform, and that's where I found her. I said, "Wow, this is really talent." So I trained her. From that time on, I trained her. First, it was only me and her. Then I said, okay, now we are going to form like this. My point was to, at the time, my point was to make a nucleus, like a core. So if I go to one place, I will bring this core. Okay, you teach them the soprano. I will teach this one the bass. You teach this one the alto. You know, so it's more easy to work. And then also I am training them to do it. You know, because this is what I'm doing. No, that I am encouraging people to do this. This is what we are supposed to do.
Right.
This is what is in my head. Oh, we have to do this. You know,
That's awesome.
because this is the thing that will make the society move. You know, if we are into the culture all the time, then this will make us strong as a nation.
Totally. How and when did you meet Jinji?
Jinji, I met her in 90s, like this, 1990, like this. I was kicked out of Asin in 88. In 89, I went out of the Philippines. Then I go around a little bit. I go to Thailand, I go to Sri Lanka, go to India, and Greece, Israel, Egypt, like this. This was my trip at this time.
When you went to Israel?
Yeah, this is my first time I went to Israel, and then no, I was also with an Israeli girlfriend, but not Jinji.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I see.
So we were together, and I was selling on the streets. Yeah, I'm a street seller.
What were you selling?
I was selling things that I'm doing. I do jewelries. Go to Thailand, you buy silver, you know. You make something like this, and so I'm also drawing. I'm drawing on T-shirts. This is what I'm selling. At the same time, I am buying things that I like. You know, I buy things to sell also, but only the things I like that I sell. So to back it up, you know, because you cannot really do all the things and then sell it, no. There are more people who likes than what, no more. Like this, so you have to have backups, no. Like this. So this is what I'm doing.
What about your necklace? Did you make that?
We were making this. Jinji was the one who made this actually. So I just kept on wearing it. It's like our engagement, you know.
I see. So how did you meet her,
This time, my other girlfriend, she went to London and then she studied, I don't know, something like different kind of approach in medicine. And I was left here. Then I said, oh, it looks like it's not working, no, like this. So that's the time also I met Jinji.
And you dated her for a little while, and then eventually you decided to get
You
married.
know this idea.
Yeah.
You know this process.
Yeah, we've all been there. Yeah. And you had one daughter with her?
Yeah. Actually, we were together for like 4 years. Then after 4 years, after 7 years, we had a daughter.
Okay.
Together. We were living together. And then we lived in the Philippines for 17 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in Boracay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it's the only place that we can be together, and then we can also work, you know. I was doing like business in Boracay. I have 4 shops. Boracay like this. So it's good enough, yeah.
And what kind of shops? For jewelry and stuff?
For like souvenirs, like this. So we are going to Thailand to buy things.
So bring it back.
You know.
I see.
Yeah.
Upcharge
Because-
the tourists.
Yeah, because Jinji has to go out for the visa. Every year he has to go out. And so if you're going out, let's go. We go there, we roam around. Yeah, I study massage. Then we are buying things from Chak, and then this flea market. You know.
And you did massage for a while in Israel?
In
or
Israel, I was doing.
Yeah.
In Israel, I was doing it. For the whole 9 years, I was doing massage.
I see.
Yeah. this is my only way to earn. Because when I arrived in Israel, I was basically, I am like illiterate. I don't know how to read, I don't know how to write, I don't know how to speak Hebrew, you know.
Right.
So what are you going to do now? No?
And massage.
So, massage. I am cleaning houses, and this. I also involved in transferring houses. Like this, because I have a friend who was like a manager of this kind of stuff. But what we are doing is not that we are transferring the house. No, we are packing the house because we are small people. No, say pack the kitchen, pack the bedroom, pack this, pack the library, like this. So each one has his own work. So packing, after packing, call the Russians, they come. Big ones, refrigerator, we put in the back.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. You're not gonna do that.
No. After this, we eat sandwich. Then we will transfer the things to the other house where they're supposed to transfer, and then we go there also. Put out our things, put them back, how they are, so go, pay. This is how we work. Yeah.
So, back in the day, I imagine the record company made all the money, and they didn't give you any money. Did you make any money with Asin, really?
This is really a shit story.
Yeah. It's normal. Same story everywhere.
Yeah, because firstly, okay, they will drive you into this idea that you are going to make a recording, you will be shown in the television, you will be heard in the radio, you know, you like this story very much. So you are a musician, so this is the most of what you can reach, no? Being a musician, to be in the record, to be on the radio like this. So you are more excited there than looking at the contracts that you are signing, no? So the contracts, they will say, this is a standard contract. Everybody is passing through this. So there is no way.
Everybody's getting fucked.
Yeah, it's like this, though.
Yeah.
Then you don't know because contracts are like this thick, you know.
Yeah.
How can you read it also with this small letters like this?
Yeah.
you can hardly see, you know. And the hidden ones are more small.
Yeah. It's too bad, huh?
Yeah. So we sign, okay, we are recording artists, okay, then what you get? You get 6 centavos per song. So that means that in the 6 centavos per song, if you have 10 songs in an album, you get 60 centavos. You understand? We are free. We still have to divide 60 centavos. So what is this? So you really know.
Yeah.
Until now.
Now you're making a little bit more money on it?
No. Until now, this is the contract.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You're still paying you 6 centavos.
Yeah.
At the time, the record was something like 25 pesos for the cassette and like 35 pesos for the vinyl. So you get 6 centavos from this. So even if you sell millions, you still get peanuts, huh? You still get peanuts there.
Right.
It was really a struggle.
Yeah. But
This
Vicor, is that?
Vicor.
They probably made some money though.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot, because if you are really to look at it, it's really selling like hotcakes. The scene was selling hotcakes at this time. Right. Everywhere you go, it's a scene, you know. Yeah. It's even in the movie because one guy in the movie that was for my documentary, that there was one guy there from the Peace Corps. He was working in the Peace Corps and he was working in the Philippines at this time. So he was saying that, you know, how I knew Asin. You knew us. If you're in the Philippines at this time, you will know Asin because they're everywhere. Even if you are in the jeepney, they're in the jeepney, they're playing in the jeepney. If you are in a small carinderia that you are eating, they're playing there. You know, everywhere, Asin.
If you've been enjoying the video so far, be sure to give it a like and consider subscribing for more content in the future. Thank you very much. Oh, what is your birthday?
What do you mean?
Your birthday. You were born in 1954?
1954. May 24, 1954. So now I'm 68. Like this. This one is also another story because when I was something like 48, something like going to 50, something like this. So I was thinking also that when I reach 60, what will I do? You know? Something like this, no? Because everybody is talking about 60, that they are retiring. So I was also thinking about myself that when I reach 60, what's going to happen? Or maybe I should die, you know? What more? What more do I have to do here in the world? 60, good enough. I'm already good on 60. I don't need more than this. Yeah, you know? So I said, okay, 60. So it's in my mind that 60, I will die.
It's a good plan.
So it's good. Okay, from now on, I live until 60. So when I reach 60, big problem. Because I'm still alive.
Damn it. Now what do I do?
Now what will I do?
Is that when you started going to the States every year and all that
No,
stuff?
not yet. Because, when I was something like 56, then this also happened. I was already in Israel. Then my wife was already working because Jinji, she already finished one degree in Hebrew University in Jerusalem. So it's like she has already a first degree in sociology something. So when we arrived in Israel, she was able to work right away. She's capable. Me, I have to do black work like this. And then while she was working in the kindergarten, and she was working in this anthroposophy school in the Waldorf Steiner education. So she has to go to school for the Waldorf Steiner, yes, to get well versed with this kind of education because she's working there. So in her second year, the head teacher asked her, "So what's your husband doing?" Oh, he's in the house. He's drawing. He's doing crafts, and he's working sometimes to clean houses. So the head teacher told her that, okay, you bring him here, and I will talk to him. So I talked with the guy. After maybe 10-15 minutes that we were talking, he said to me that maybe you should sit in the school. Yeah. You just sit in. You try to listen to the lectures and see if it fits you. It's okay. You go on. If it does not fit you, 1 week you go out, no problem. 1 month you go out, no problem. Like this. So I said to myself, okay, I don't lose anything from this, no. Because anyway, I'm not paying to sit in, no. So I go. I sit in. Okay. When I sit in, I listen to the lecture. I cannot understand. It's in Hebrew.
Right.
No, it's the first it's the first subject that I went in. Then I'm also shy to go out because it's rude, no, that the teacher is talking and you're just going out. So I said, okay, I will let the lecture finish, the subject finish, and then I will go. Then okay, while I'm sitting there, of course I'm counting the minutes and the
Yeah, what else can you do?
Then one guy, he came to me just beside me, and maybe he felt that I don't understand anything. So everything the teacher is saying, he's translating because he's an Israeli, but he came from England. Like he was staying there for a long time, so he knew English very well. So, and he's also at the same time Israeli, so he can understand also all the Hebrew that they're talking. So all that the teacher is talking, he directly he translated it to me. So I understand everything, you know. So Oh, very good. I understand everything. Then from then on, that's how I learned.
Every day that guy came in.
Every day I coming. Then it's we were coming for 3 times a week. So that's how I learned there. You know.
And what were you learning in that?
I understand everything. You know.
What were you learning in that school?
It's anthroposophy. Anthro, it means human, and or men like this. And Sophie is, Sophie is knowledge. Sophia is knowledge. So it's the knowledge of men. So the approach is, it was the philosophy is this, but you are studying education. So the approach is that you have to approach education on the basis of the knowledge of men. So how does the man develop? So from a child to become a toddler and become an adult and become. So from the child, what is developing in a child, for example? So in the child, what is developing is physical. Yeah, the bones are getting big, the organs are getting big, because it's from small getting big. So,
But also the brain is a sponge, taking in everything.
yeah, everything is becoming human, like this. So on this basis of development, what are you supposed to do on the education side? Yeah. So when you say that the physical is developing, that means that education must also focus on the physical. Like this.
Okay, so it's here. So now I just have a couple more questions for you. One is about the Nonoy documentary. How did that happen?
Okay.
Somebody found you?
So now, I am already finishing school. No, it was my 4th year, so I was finishing. Then there was these guys. There was one girl. They say it was just a story that came to me that there was this girl. She has a friend that came from Tel Aviv University, and her friends are studying journalism. Okay, they are also finishing the journalism. So they had an assignment to make a thesis out of something that is interesting for them. And this thesis is going to be in audio, like a 10 minutes video that they are going to make for this thesis, and they are going to choose any subject that interests them. That is also interesting. So on the process that they're drinking in a bar and they're talking, and then this girl from my school, she mentioned that there is a guy there that is Thai. He called me Thailander. I am Thai from Thailand. This is his Thai. But I know that he is finishing school now. I don't understand how he finished because he cannot speak English, Hebrew. I don't. Wow. What is this? It become a question for the two students. No, then it become their subject. Because something interesting. So this
Why
is
is there a
interesting.
weird Asian guy at school with us?
So we find this guy. Who is this guy? Then I was working in the kindergarten at this time. So they were connecting all the kindergarten. Who is Noy? Where is Noy? And then like this. And then they found me. And then they talked to me. And then they said they were interested to make an interview with you because we have an assignment like this that we have to make 10 minutes video for our class. And said, okay. Anyway. I am used to this, no? Interview. You don't mind if you interview you. You're not shy. You're not. He said, no, never mind. I will come. I will go with your interviews. So I went to their place. We talked, and they were talking. We were talking. They were very interested how I managed to live for 4 years in that environment that I don't know how to speak Hebrew, but I'm also studying anthroposophy. Anthroposophy is not easy. It's not an easy subject. It's a very high level philosophy. Then, we started like 35 students. We finished 11.
Oh,
We
yeah.
are only 11 when we finished. You understand how hard this thing
wow.
is, and nobody
Yeah.
is failing there.
Uh-huh.
You don't fail. You just give up.
Uh-huh.
You know, nobody fails.
Uh-huh.
It's you who is going to give up because you cannot understand anything anymore like this. So okay, I told him about my journey there in the school, and how I survived, because there is no examination also. There is no such thing as examination there. It's all projects. You have to do projects, but the projects are very hard. Like you have to do lecture. Like for example, they will tell me, so you choose a subject, but what kind of subject you like, and then you tell me about, like for example, biography. What is the biography of? So everybody will choose. I like to make a biography of who is this, John Lennon, or biography of Charlie Chaplin, biography of. So I choose me a biography of Gandhi.
Uh-huh.
So that's my report now. I made a biography of Gandhi. I told them everything from the beginning to the end, how Gandhi died, how Gandhi became Gandhi, like this. So the teacher, okay, pass like this. You have to talk something about like death. What is death? This is very hard, man. How to, you do research. Also, because I'm doing massage, in one subject I was made to explain massage in the anthroposophy way. How do you explain massage in the anthroposophy? Like this.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
So you have to, you have to relate what you are doing to what you are studying like this. That they will understand.
But so eventually they made a 10-minute video on you, but then that evolved into a full documentary? Or
Yeah. So we make this interview. They make this interview, and then of course, on the interview, they were just interested in this subject now that I am finishing school.
Mhm.
But because it's an interview, so you have to open all.
Uh-huh.
So I opened all. Then they see that there is a big story behind, because I'm from Asin.
Uh-huh.
Here I'm big.
Uh-huh.
You
Like,
know?
oh, he's a rock star?
Yeah, you become, what is this? There is something much bigger than what he is talking now.
Uh-huh.
This is the story now.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the interview, even in the 10 minutes video, as if they discovered John Lennon, as if they discovered John Lennon in the slums of Tel Aviv, like this. This is how they picture it.
Uh-huh.
The 10 minutes video is in the YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, I know there's one that's a Nonoy interview. Maybe I already
Yeah.
watched that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I watched that.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
That is Israeli.
Okay.
So after this, they submit it to the school, and then they talk about it, and the students that were there were very much interested, and then the teachers also were very much interested. Like this, so the teachers say, okay, so make 60 minutes. Now it's not 10, it's 60. So again, okay, make sessions to make the interview, and then they submit it again, and then now the teachers say, no, this is still not over. Let's make a full documentary.
Uh-huh.
So that's where it started.
And now, can we watch that still? You say it's on Vimeo, but when I tried watching on Vimeo, it didn't let me. Maybe I didn't have an account. I needed to be logged in or something.
Maybe.
But
So, along the way in my life, I am writing everything. I write random thoughts like this, and so one of them is that I tell the story of the group, how it started, how I went inside this. It started when I came from here, from Bacolod, to go to Manila, and how the struggle that I had along the way, and I met Saro, I met everybody. The process that we went inside, that we became folk singers, and then we became recording artists, and then we knew more about many vocabularies like press con, and this,
I don't know
press
what that
con,
is.
press con. When the company is inviting all the media people, and you have to meet them, and you say what you are, and then they put it in newspaper, everything. So first, this was not in our vocabulary, so it was an additional,
Yeah.
additional words
Uh-huh.
to press con, all these interviews and all this stuff. So, and I did this in details because I'm doing it part by part. When it's happening, I do it. Then forget about it. Then again, until the time that this pandemic came, no, so nothing to do really. So I went back to it.
Perfect time to write the book.
Yeah, then I gather it all, and then whatever is lacking there that I can still remember, I put in,
Uh-huh.
and then it became a book.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Yeah. Then I also the journey that I have when I went out of Israel, then I went to the States. I was organizing all these groups, so it became like this. Also, that this became the second part of this book, because this is like the continuation of my journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you can, from this book, you can see or you can follow the chronological order of how a scene became, what the contradictions inside the scene, what the songs are saying, like this, and a little bit about everything that happened there is there in this book,
Uh-huh.
and also how it evolved and everything, and how I became on my own journey in music, that I make all these groups in the US. All the pictures of the groups are there also in the US, that was there, and I tell the story about how each group has small stories about how the groups were formed and what we were doing, and sometimes the mistakes that we were making along the way. So it's just a little bit of something that you can learn from,
Mm-hmm.
like this. So this is how the book is made of. And if you want to buy the book, you can buy it through me.
Uh-huh.
I always advertise it in my page in the Facebook. So I also put the contact number that you can contact me, and I will give you the details for the how to get it.
So we just have to search on Facebook for
Yes.
Nonoy Pillora,
Yes.
and that's how you get the book.
Yeah.
But there are also like Amazon print on demand type of things. Maybe you can get it on. You can
Yeah.
publish it on Amazon. Have you tried doing that? And then people can buy it on Amazon, and
This
they
is this is messy because you need tax,
Uh-huh.
you need copyright, you need what, I'm not into this.
Uh-huh.
This is very personal.
Uh-huh.
So
Instead,
also
you
I
just
did not.
printed maybe
I did not.
10,000
Yeah, I
copies.
did not make. No, not even 10,000. Just make few hundreds.
Uh-huh.
Then finish
Cool.
like this. If you can have it, then you are lucky. One of the lucky.
Apparently.
One of the lucky hundreds
Uh-huh.
that I make.
Well, thank you so much for my copy and for
Yes,
translating
okay.
the
No
beginning for
problem.
me. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate all the time we've had today. This has been great. Thank you so much for answering all my questions. I know there's a lot. We've been talking for a long time, but
It's okay.
I had a great time. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'm happy because I know that in a way we are going to pass this world anyway. So one of the moments that we have are recorded. No,
Uh-huh. Yeah, totally.
like even the book is a record of time.
Uh-huh.
That's the time. Like even now when I'm doing some songs, then they say, "Oh, this is this is talking about the politics." But I said, "No, there is no politics here. This is the time.
Uh-huh.
I'm recording the time. This is what I feel at this time.
Uh-huh.
I don't mean that I am with you or I am with him with politics here. No, I don't care about politics.
Uh-huh.
I am recording the time."
Yeah. It's
This is-
wonderful.
Yeah.
Cool. Was there anything else that you'd like to say, or?
There is a continuation. That's what I can say. Yeah. As long as I am already, this is already like a bonus to me. Like I told you, at 60 I'm going to die. So I'm already 68. So 8 years bonus. Sababa. It's already good, no? Still going on.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you, Noy. Ay, you're the best. I'll get a screenshot or something.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. What now? You thirsty?
Yeah,
We can
no,
have-
maybe we should